After I said that, she instantly was like, what is the meaning of marriage?
Okay, the next question. Ooh, I like this one.
Kids.
Now.
Not right now. Hey YouTube.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marah and this is my husband Alec. This video was requested. You guys wanted to know more about our story, how we met, whole shebang. I thought it would be really cool to tell you guys how we got to this point. We met, started dating, got engaged, and got married within a little over a year. So I think it's a really exciting story. I think it's not prescriptive for everybody's relationship, obviously, but it's definitely ours and very special. I'm very happy to be able to share that with you guys, and I hope you enjoy. Let's start by telling them our story.
I was a junior in college. It was coming up on the end of the school year. And so I was at a coffee shop called the Root Cellar. Yeah, Marah was there too. And there was a band that was coming in to set up. They had to use the space where Marah was sitting at. So she kindly moved over to the table next to me.
I actually moved because I needed a charger, a wall charger. And
because the band needed space.
Yeah.
She had to go get something from her car, and so she asked me to watch her things. So I watched her things, but her Bluetooth earbuds disconnected from her laptop, and the music started playing out loud in the bakery. And
not planned.
Not planned. And so whenever she returned, and I told her what happened, we just got to talking. That following Sunday, I just so happened to be playing bass at her church. So after that church service, a big group of us all went to go get lunch together. So that was more time spent around each other, and several days following, we just kept on running into each other at that same coffee shop.
Yeah.
And after like, what was it, like 2 weeks or a week and a half go by, I asked her to hang out with me for a full day on Sunday. She came to church with me.
To a coffee shop, you did some homework, I did some work, and then ended it with a movie. We watched A Quiet Place.
And then after the movie, I took her to her apartment, and just before she got out, I was just both very nervous and confident at the same time, which is a weird feeling, but I was just so sure of what I needed to say. I was certain about my feelings that I had for her, that they were strong and that I really did like her, and so I just wanted to be clear with her on where I was at, and that I did want to intentionally pursue her through going on dates and getting to know her better and more, eventually for the goal of marriage. How did it make you feel?
I don't know, I didn't see it coming, and so I was just really surprised and just happy because I had never had someone tell me that before. I think that's everything I would have wanted you to say. From the beginning, he knew that I was someone that knew what I wanted, and that I take dating and relationships very seriously. And I didn't know much about you at that point, honestly. I remember like driving around Austin that day and just not really knowing you, and just we asking each other questions about like our families and just random things in school and stuff. So
after I said that, she instantly was like, what's the purpose of dating? And I knew the answer. I felt like I was being challenged or like put to the test.
Yeah. If you don't know the purpose of dating, you have no business dating me. I've learned that just from my past relationships. And yeah, so for you people out there, if you are desiring marriage and seek to be married one day, learn what your expectations for dating are going to look like, because you need to make sure that your expectations are the same as the person that you are trying to pursue, or that is trying to pursue you. So kind of like putting it all out there in the beginning is really helpful. I think really beneficial if you're serious about it. The foundation of our relationship is from deep and hard questions. But I think that's why we were able to get to know each other so well so quickly. We met in April, and up until I want to say June, we didn't call each other boyfriend and girlfriend. more so for ourselves, not really because we wanted to like be different or because we were above labels. It was more just in my mind, like I genuinely just wanted to get to know you because I didn't know you before. Putting a label on that would put expectations on it for me. Whenever I met his parents, his mom asked him like, so are you guys dating? And it was like the second time that we had all hung out together.
And I didn't have
And he didn't.
an answer. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to be confusing. It was more just...
It just was confusing.
Yeah, sorry, I made it confusing for you. I remember having just so many like doubting moments. Is he who I think he is? You know, is he serious about this? Or is he just this stereotype that I had in my mind? Because he was in college still, so I was out of school for about 2 years and he was still gonna be a senior. I did not see myself really ever getting involved with anyone that was still in school, and I definitely had to rely on everything that the Lord was telling me because it wasn't necessarily what I had envisioned. Yeah. We had met, started dating, and then got engaged within 6 months, and then got married 6 months after that. So that's kind of the timeline of what our relationship looks like, and now we're married. Next question is, what is the best thing about marriage so far?
Coming home from anything, whether it be from work or just hanging out with friends, to someone who genuinely is so happy to see you, who you know so desires just you and enjoys your company. It's just a really warm and like nice feeling. Having you be so happy whenever I get home from work and we do these stupid little like baby talks to each other.
I get really happy when he comes home. I think it's because I'm home all day working and I'm just ready to see my hubby. My favorite part about marriage is I love just being one with you, and then also, I think everyone says this, but basically being able to go to sleep with you and you be the last thing that I see before I close my eyes, and then you're the first thing that I see when I wake up. I just love sharing things with you, and I love being one with you. Okay, next question. What bothers you the most about each other?
What bothers me the most about you? Another thing that I love about marriage is that it pushes me to grow. It pushes me to strive to be better. Because
it's sanctifying.
Yeah, it pushes me to grow. But the caveat with that, caveat. The caveat to that is it's not my first instinct to want to grow. I'm very comfortable and would even venture to say complacent. Content, yeah. It's one of the things I love most about her, and also bothers me the most about her is that she won't settle for complacency or contentness. That she does want to see me grow, and this has come out a lot of times in conflict. I just see it in God's plan as how he's gonna lead me to become more like Jesus. So that's one thing. And then another thing.
Oh, you planned out 2 answers.
She can be really hard on herself, just like emotionally, and I think just in all facets of her life. Even in her own business, that is probably her greatest passion right now.
One thing that bothers me that I won't really even bother to like make him change because it's such a small thing is whenever he drives my car and pulls into the carport, he doesn't straighten the steering wheel back. He just keeps it turned all the way so that when I drive, when I back out of it, it like turns me because I don't realize that the steering wheel isn't straight.
I did it now though when we got home.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's not worth fighting about. It's not worth like complaining about. So this is my passive way of telling you, you better quit it. I can probably think of one for you.
I got it.
Okay.
I think the greatest thing that bothers me, I'm not allowed to get a Nintendo Switch. I have a PlayStation 3 here.
That you don't use.
That I could use. I have been craving some Call of Duty lately.
I also have a thing against video games because I feel like you could be doing so much more with your time. I understand if you're a gamer or if you're really into that kind of stuff.
I don't know if you do understand. It's a matter of how you enjoy your time.
Yeah, I think you can get easily carried away though.
You already assumed that I will get carried away.
I know, and I feel like if you had bought one earlier in our marriage, like right when we got married, I would have been like, okay.
What?
Yeah, but it's too late for that.
No, you wouldn't.
I don't really like how you leave your socks everywhere, but I don't complain about it because I leave everything everywhere, so.
For every one sock that I leave behind, she leaves 10 more of her things behind.
That's not true. But I work from home, that's why the house is messy often.
I think the hardest part about sharing a space, and this might sound new to you because I didn't really ever think about this until now, I really value my me time. I find that I am the most productive when I am just on my own and alone and have like an hour or two to myself to do whatever, to get whatever done. The challenging part is I really only have about 4 hours a day where I'm not working, excluding the weekends. It's really challenging to try and balance my work life and my personal time.
And I think we have different experiences because I do work from home and I probably have more of the ability to do things on my own, like besides work. And it's always been that way for me, so I can see that.
Kids.
Kids?
Kids.
Now.
Not right now, but one day. We want to have 2 or 3 kids, idealistically. Ideally. Probably between 3 and 5 years.
Oh.
Right, honey?
I was thinking like 2 to 3 years.
2 to 5 years.
2 to 10 years. Whenever the Lord wills for us to have kids, but
We are not in a place to have a baby.
oh, we are not. I think the idea is we want to be really good at marriage first. And we haven't even started beginning to figure things out yet, so I feel like that's our main priority. And if we do, you know, end up getting pregnant before the time that we feel ready to, which I don't know when that will ever be, then we'll celebrate and it'll be great. But till then, there's a lot for us to learn about each other. Yeah. So. And also, Alec just got out of college, and I feel like there's a lot for him to learn life-wise. Me too, actually. But not saying that I'm so wise and experienced so many things, but I have been out of college and supported myself for 3 years.
I have trusted the Lord with my life and everything else, and so why wouldn't I trust him with this?
And I also think you're going to be an amazing dad when we have a kid.
I think you'll be an amazing mama.
Thanks.
Who gets off more to the idea of the other person?
What? The next question. Ooh, I like this one. What does Alec think about you owning a business?
At first, I was very worried about it. I was very uncertain and pretty skeptical of it because we had a pretty solid financial setup to where we were living off of her paycheck and everything from mine was going straight to savings.
Yeah.
And we, you know, have been blessed enough to not have any debt coming into marriage. Like, we were able to save so much money. It took a minute for me to get acclimated to this new way of living. I was so on board with it. I couldn't really perceive what the success might be like, but I was just so for you doing it because you would be great at it. because you have been great in every other thing that you've always ever pursued.
I really appreciate you being on my channel with me.
Of course.
You should get your check in 7 to 14 business days.
Yeah, better. Baba Ghoul?
This is how we sleep, by the way. Hi. Amber, look there.
Sweetie love.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
They say that you start to look like your spouse after some time. We're basically twins. If you guys want more videos with Alec in them, and if you want us to talk more about marriage or just relationships or our dating, because there's a lot to say about that, then like this video. You remember whenever when you went to go get your haircut, we were in the middle of a fight and you left?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.